Welcome to lesson number 2. This week, the lesson was based on Exodus chapter 3 and chapter 4. And again, I will share the lesson I learned for my practical life. Exodus chapter 3 verses 7 and 8 says, "And the Lord said, I have surely seen the oppression of my people who are in Egypt, and I have heard their cry because of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows. So I have come down to deliver them. I will deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians and bring them to a good and large land that flows with milk and honey." In this lesson, Moses is saved by the daughter of Pharaoh. She adopts him as her own son. He grows up and he gets the greatest education that Egypt could ever give someone. Moses believes that God is going to use him as the deliverer of his people. But of course, he's impatient and he takes the situation in his own hands. So he kills an Egyptian. Everybody finds out, and now Moses is afraid and he flees Egypt. He spends 40 years in the desert. Imagine. It took him 40 years to unlearn everything he had learned in Egypt. And now God presents himself. Moses sees a bush that is burning, but it never consumes. And this curiosity draws Moses towards the burning bush. And out of the bush, he hears a voice, "Moses, Moses." And he says, "Here I am." And the voice says, "I am the Lord of your fathers. I am the Lord of your father Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob." What did I find interesting? The fact that God presents himself to Moses and to me as the God of my father. When Jesus talks to Moses through the burning bush, he says, "I have seen the oppression. I have heard their cries. I know their sorrows, and I have come to deliver them." The practical lesson that I got from this is that there is nothing that happens in my life that God is not aware of. You see, God hears my cry. God sees my sorrow. God knows my problems. And God says, "I am come to deliver you." In this world that is falling apart, with wars breaking here and there, with hunger, with disease, God says, "I hear you. I know your soul. I see your problems. And I am come to deliver." It gives me hope. You know, my friend, God sees you. God hears you. God knows what you're going through. And God is able to help you if you just allow him. So why don't you open your heart today and ask God to be your helper? I know that my life is much easier because I live my life knowing that God is there to help anytime, whenever I need help. I hope that you take the time to read the Bible, to study the Word of God, and find for yourself how God is ready and willing to help you if you allow him. Thank you for joining me, and I see you next week.